Good morning and good day, everyone. Once more, my name is Tony. I will be your host for today's session. I am a course advisor at our sister company EIT, but today we'll be focusing on ECT. Um, so these are some of the frequently asked questions. So everyone registered for this webinar will receive a copy of the PDF slide and a link to the video recording within the next 2 business days via an email. So please do check your junk folder, spam folder, if the email does not appear in your inbox. Just a bit about ECT. So ECT specialized in engineering courses. And ECT is also affiliated to the well-established EIT, which is Engineering Institute of Technology. That is the sister company. Our programs are designed by industry experts, ensuring that you graduate with a cutting-edge skill that are valued by employers. So our program content remains current with the change of technology and development in the industry. So ECT is registered and accredited, meeting the Office for Student Requirement for course quality, academic standards, student support, and student protection. So we also have learning support officers that do assist our students then. Our teachers are subject specialists with industry experience and requisite academic qualification. The online platform allows ECT to source them from a from a global pool of experts. We also have a unique delivery mode via a unique delivery methodology that makes use of a live in an interactive webinar and international pool of experts, as I've mentioned. So on your top right hand, you will see the Q&A box. So if you have any question that has to do with today's topic, you can just put your questions there. If it's related to course offering, also you can just put them there. There will be a Q&A session at the end of this session, so you will then be answered. And today's topic is thinking about studying engineering, explore ECT's online masters, and our presenter for the day will be Dr. Abdu. He's the program leader for industrial automation. Dr. Abdu, you can take control of the screen.
Thank you very much, Tony. Yeah, let me take that control from you. So, yeah, hello, everyone. My name is Abdu Shalan. I'm the program leader for Industrial Automation Program. To give you a little bit about my ground. So to start with, I am a mechatronics graduate, and then my master was in engineering management, and my PhD was in automation systems and maintenance practices, or advanced maintenance practices in advances of Industry 4. I did work as a lecturer before at the University of Sunderland, and then moved on to the ECT as a program leader. I did carry out lots of research projects, program leads, and PhD supervision and funding application, and a lot of consultancy work with industry within the UK. So what I wanted to tell you about today is to give you a really good idea about what is ACT and what can you get out of the ACT and what are we trying really to do here. It was a really good place to move actually to move to, and that was the reason that I did change my career to the ECT. So to start with, the ECT is not just a new university that started from nowhere, rather than it is built upon lots of experience from its sister university in Australia and in South Africa. So it is really supported by a lot of experience and a lot of examples from industry and from different academical approaches. So the way that ECT works is a little bit different from what the normal university would operate because of the nature that it is online. So we can see that it has a lot of different approaches, and these approaches are there to accommodate lots of different people's needs. You will notice with a normal university that, well, what you would get, you will get the fact that, well, you have to go to the university and you have to attend. And that is good, and it is fine for a student that is moving on from school or from colleges, and they don't have lots of commitment. But you will start to see that there are lots of barriers for people that might be working, might have families, might be abroad and seeking UK education, for example, and they will have to travel and to get to the UK and live there and all of these different expenses associated with it and all the different hassle. So ECT tackles this point and makes that higher education or UK higher education available for anyone across the globe. And it accommodates different people's need. So if you have any different commitment, if you have any disability, if you have anything that really does not allow you to go to the university, this is going to be the go-to, because we are a UK based. So the whole idea is we still follow any other UK institution regulations. So whatever getting taught at any other normal UK university, we do the same and actually even better in certain perspective, because we value different people's needs and we try to focus on student support and student satisfaction and the delivery of a very high world-class education. So you will see lots of different aspects that we really excel with. So that is from one point. From the other point, you will see that we are specialized in engineering and we are specialized in very specific areas, which is really a point of strength. What we are trying to do, not just to teach everything, business, medicine, engineering, law, all of these different things, and everything gets diluted and different focuses will go to different schools based on what the whole university is focused on, rather than we are engineers, we are focused on engineering, and we make sure that we deliver really high quality engineering. Our work is fully industrially oriented. So what you learn is what you will find when you graduate and when you start to work in industry. Whatever we teach, the whole idea of teaching in general, and this is something that I was experiencing in my previous institution and many different institutions as well, that whatever you get taught at the university is different from what you find in industry. It is the same concept, but the delivery is different. And the whole idea of how it is delivered is different. So you'll find yourself knowing a little bit of theory, but the application itself does not really match industry. And this is what we try to focus on. What we teach you is what you will find the industry is using. And you will just be ready and you will find yourself straight away getting along with everything that you will find at your job once you finish this course with us. So our global model works in the fact that it can accommodate anyone. In the same time, we are working based on UK regulations. So we are fully accredited and fully accepted, let's say, UK certification body. It is affordable. So you will find out in comparison to any other UK institution, we are less than half the price, actually. So this is really good when you get really good higher education with much lower fees and from wherever you can be. So wherever you can be at any country, it is fine. And you will get the exact same support and education. We follow really good innovation tools, and we will discuss about this and how we teach you. We have personalized support. So the whole idea is every student will find himself or herself aligned or coupled with a student officer, and that student officer will always help you across any issue that you might have, whether it is academical issue, whether it is a personal issue, anything that might be related to the course or outside of the course that might impact your course, we will support you in it. So today's talk is about the master's programs that we have, and I will take you through some of their details. So in general, what we offer two master's programs. We offer a master's in power system analysis and renewable integration, and a master's in industrial automation. I will start to take you a little bit on or over the power system analysis masters. So the whole idea of it is very ideal to people that have bachelor degrees in electrical power or electrical engineering or renewable energy professionals or transitioning really towards the power systems and how different power systems work. So when you talk about this course, you will see that we cover lots of different modules and we focus on power system from different angles, let's say. So talking about power systems, you're talking about the energy and the electricity that you have at your home and how actually it is reaching your home. So in order for that electricity or the electricity to reach the socket at your home, it goes through a lot of processes from the point of generation towards the distribution, towards many multiple redundancies and different points in order to get to where you are. And you will study all of these different areas and all of these different stages and steps across your master's program. So core modules that you will have are power system analysis. So you will study load flow, short circuit studies, system modeling. You will look at power system stability and control, which will look into dynamic behavior, oscillations, damping. You will study power system protection, so all the different protection schemes, all the relays, fault clearing, how all of these different systems work together. Think about a power station. Whatever that power station would be, it will have all of these different electrical components. How can you work with them? And you will have a really good touch on the renewable energy integration. Renewable energy is a very hot topic, and it is all about knowing and understanding how renewable energy is generated and distributed until it gets to where you are. So you will look at the grid integration challenges, forecasting, variability, and we'll look at smart grid technologies. And this is the modern approaches for how things work. All of what technology is all about is conservation of energy and how can we work smartly and how can we not waste energy. And all of this comes through the smart energy or the smart grid technologies. So you will look into digitalization and automation, different SCADA system, DER integrations, and all of these different concepts will give you really good understanding and really good practical concepts and practical applications and hands-on application on how all of these different systems work. So our masters in power systems is a very good masters. It is it's demanded, very highly demanded. In the UK, it is one of the very highly shortage occupations. So it is always a topic within the government and within different talks for the parliament that and different companies that, well, we can't find any power engineers. And all of the workforce that we have is an aging force. So once these people retire, we would really be in a very big trouble. So it is really a good chance for you if you wanted to secure a really good career. And a career is full of security and full of demand that you will pursue such a master's. So when we look at the entry requirements for this program, so in general, you're looking at a minimum of lower second class 2-2 or international equivalent in electrical, electronic, or mechatronic engineering. So this is the ideal entry requirements. We can accept still other mechanical, computer science, mathematics, or physical undergraduate programs, but this is going to be assessed based on case to case. So you can still apply if you are from different disciplines, and we will look at your application, we will look at your grades, and we will look at what can you do, or if you will be able to get into the course, and you will be able to develop with it and to understand how it works. So in general, you will need an evidence of a strong relevant content with your degree program. So whenever we look at your application, and we need to find out what practical elements did you have, what did you do within your undergrad courses or within your current job, or if you had a final year project within your undergraduate program. What happened with it and how did it work? And if it has good relevance to the course, so we can let you in. We cannot really just accept everyone, like how many different places would do, just for the sake of having more students. We want to ensure that you will be able to study this program. You will be able to excel, and you will be able to understand what this program is about. So we really have and take really good care when we're selecting and when we're looking at different people's application. So as I said, we need some relevance to the program if you are from different undergraduate programs. From English requirements, we're looking at IELTS, at least 6.5 overall, with no subset below 6. We're looking at TOEFL, IBT, at least 90 overall, with no subset below 20. We're looking at or Pearson, PTE, at least 70 overall, with no subset below 65. Again, all the entry requirements, you can find them on our website. So just please go on the website, see, you can see all about the program, all more in details about the program, what the program offers. I'm just giving you kind of an overview of the program, but you will find all the details on the program and all the different entry requirements, all the contacts details for our admission team and for our academic team if you had any questions. So please get in touch. More than happy to answer your questions and direct you to whatever the path that you're looking at. So the second course that we have is Industrial Automation and Instrumentation, and I will be the program leader for this if you joined or if you decided to join this course or this program. So Industrial Automation in general, you start to look at all the different factories that are in industry. So everything that you see within a factory, every product that you have or see in your phone, your TV, your fridge, everything at home, your laptop, even anything, your keyboard that you're using, everything has been built in a factory. And this factory is using definitely some sort of automation. Industrial automation is a technology that has been developed since the 60s. So it has been a long time. It has been around for a long time, but it is now everywhere. And there is no single factory that does not include or have industrial automation engineer or elements within its production lines. And within any technology, you will start to see that, well, I will need engineers either to build these machineries or to maintain them and to make them and keep them running. So any factory must have one or more of industrial automation engineers. And this is basically to maintain these machines and to keep them running and to make sure that everything is going the way that it should. So industrial automation is not just in factories, it can be in everything. So if you started to look at the malls, for example, if you're going to any shopping center, it has industrial automation, whatever the system that is controlling the lights, the air conditioning, all of the security, all of these different things are industrial automation subsets. If you looked at metro stations, if you're taking the metro or if you're taking the trains, all of these different systems are industrial automation. So how do you think these trains or these metros are controlled and monitored for their operation? All of this is industrial automation based systems. We can start to see that, and we say that, well, it is factory and machineries, but in general, it is everywhere. And you will see even in smart homes now, this is domestic automation, but it is still the same concept. When you have now all of these different new gadgets that you have a smart home that from your phone, you can turn on the TV, turn on the fridge and turn off the AC and all of these different things. This is domestic automation. So it is still a subset, and this is something that you will learn within this course. But again, it is everywhere. If you started to look around you, you will find industrial automation or domestic automation in every aspect of your life. So it's a very demanded, it's very similar to how it is with the power engineering or the power electronics masters. It's a very demanded subject in the UK. As I said, I did work with many factories and many companies, and I seen companies that actually close down and stop production lines because they don't have the people to maintain them and to run them, and started to move to different countries because of this issue. And on many, many occasions, I have seen this, and I came across different owners and different CEOs that, well, this is the case. We can't find engineers to keep these machines running. And when we find someone or we find a specialist, they charge us astronomical fees just to come across, and it is very, very hard to find someone from these from this area. And it is one of the, again, short occupation lists. So if you are an international student, you have much quicker and easier route to come to the UK if you hold such a degree, and you find yourself very much needed and demanded, and people find job really in a very quick manner within these areas as well. So as I said, it is everywhere. It's not just one sector or one area, rather than whatever works around you, and everything that is happening around you has some sort of automation. So this course in general, it is ideal for automation engineers, control system specialists, instrumentation engineers, mechanical and electrical engineers moving into automation, industrial automation in general, or the automation in general. It is a combination between different systems, between a mechanical, electrical, electronics, pneumatics, hydraulics, instrumentations, all the different sensors, and how can you get all of this together into one system that it can do certain tasks by itself. So it can accommodate different backgrounds and different expertise. Again, oil and gas, for example, if you are a chemical engineer, then you are working in the oil and gas. Again, it is full of industrial automation, the control of all of these different refineries and how it works. Again, all of this is industry automation based as well. So you will find yourself from whatever the discipline that you are, and if you wanted to be a specialist in industrial automation, you will find definitely an application that you are working on at the minute, or from what you did study, that can accommodate industrial automation. So you will study key modules and different things. So some of these modules are process control and instrumentations, and they are related to measurements, sensors, and the control loops, and how things can be done, and how can you develop a system that can run by itself. Industrial automation systems. So you will look at the controllers, programmable logic controllers, the PLCs, and this is the brain behind an industrial automation system. You will look at distributed control systems. You will look at the SCADA system. And the SCADA systems is that supervisory system that can control many different places. So for that metro example, or the trains example that I told you about, it has a SCADA system that can control all the different trains and all the different tracks, and can look at everything. If it is a factory and have hundreds of machines or tens of machines, you have a SCADA system that can monitor and control everything. So that's the idea of it. And you will look at advanced control strategies like PID tuning, model-based control, optimization, and all of this. Start to think about robotics a little bit. And in a very basic example for PID control, and well, it's similar, but just to give you the idea of it, how can your car have its speed control thing? So when you are driving and you set your car that I want to drive on 70 miles per hour. So this is PID control kind of thing. So how it maintains that speed and the control between the engine throttle and the brakes, and how can it maintain that speed. And this can be applied on robotics. It can be applied on levels and controls within factories and different many things, but just giving you an example. You will study instrumentation design, so all the different field designs, actuators, end devices, sensors, inputs and outputs, calibration of them, industrial standards, and what should you follow. Everything in life has a standard, and you might have heard about the ISO standard. So all of this is relevant, and how can you understand how this works, and what are the relevant standards if you are building if you are building a building. So you have what type of paint are you going to use? What type of concrete are you going to use? What type of doors are you going to use? All of this is based on standards. Industrial automation has its own standard as well. And you will study what are these standards, how do you integrate them. You will look into automation safety and standards, and you will look into the functional safety, SIL ratings, all the different compliances, and how all of these systems can be built in a very safe and effective manner. So very good program, and will give you really good skills and knowledge within the subject that can help you to develop your career in a very good way. So when you look at the entry requirements for this program, so again, it's similar to how it is with the power electronics. Again, minimum of lower second class 2 or international equivalent in electrical, electronic, or mechatronic engineering. Again, different disciplines are much welcome to apply, and we definitely will look at these different qualifications based on case by case. And we are looking always for industrial experience. What are you doing? What did you do that can relate to the program? And we can make sure that you are going to be okay with studying within this program. Same English requirements for the power electronics from the IELTS, TOEFL, Pearson. And please go on the website. You will find again all the details on this program and all of the different program specs and assessments methods, which we will speak about, and the entry requirements. Again, if you have any questions, please get in touch with me. I will put in my email within the chat now, actually. So if you had any question, just drop me an email, and I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions. So please don't feel shy, or don't think that my question might be a silly question or whatsoever. Everything is considered, and every question is a good question. So moving on to how do we deliver our programs. So as I just started with, our programs are fully online programs. So you start to think that, well, how can you teach engineering online? Now engineering is relying on many different elements that you start to think about. So first of all, when you start to think about engineering, I want to learn practicalities. So I want to build something, I want to do something myself, and I want to interact with it. And the second element is simulations. So, for example, you might have heard about SolidWorks, and you might have heard about many different softwares that can simulate realities. And this is what we do. So, to start with, you have the mode of delivery, or the course structure, is based on 15 credits modules. And this is a very good structure in the way that, well, other universities are following 30 credits structure, which, let's say, for example, in one semester, you will only have 2 modules. But this way, you will start to feel yourself diluted, and you will start to see that all the different information that might not be related to each other are just jumping on each other or overlapping. So that's not really a good mode of delivery. So we follow a very specialized approach. So you have 15 credits per module. Each module has its pre-recorded lectures. So you will find lectures that are recorded by different members of staff, including me, and it is for you to review and to watch, and you will start to get that background theoretical understanding of the subject or the different week-by-week class. And then you have face-to-face tutorials. And these face-to-face tutorials, they are carried out online. So just like how we have our Teams channel here, we have a different platform for this. And we will carry out the practical tutorial. So the practical tutorial is a face-to-face and interactive session for us to work together and to solve solutions, to solve problems, and to find solutions for existing issues, problems, and to see how things can work. Then we have two really good elements. What we have something called a remote lab, and we have something called a virtual lab. And we will discuss what these are, but these are the elements that can complement attending to class. So we'll talk about them in a second, but in general, this is what bridges the gap between the online and being in class. So this is about the teaching. We embed in our course the practicality of it. So even though we don't have the campus itself that you should come to, but we have equipments that you can come if you are within the UK to attend and to see what it is and to start to do the practicality. We have our partner companies that are within the UK, or if you have wherever you are and you cannot really come to the UK to carry out that practicality, we can work with you on with companies at your country to carry out these practical aspects of the course. So you can go for an internship for certain number of weeks that you can start to have hands-on application. And this is an approach we really value, and it will be always better than coming to campus or using equipments on campus, because, well, this is an actual company, this is an actual factory, and you can go and start to learn on actual applications. So very useful way in order for you to develop your technical skills. We have discussion forums that it is there always for you to discuss with the academic staff, with your colleagues, anything that you might have in mind. So it is really, you'll not find yourself isolated or you don't have anyone that you can talk to, rather than you will find this interactive elements and people around you, even if you are at the other edge of this globe, but you will find people that can relate to maybe the issues that you have answers for your questions, and we always here anyway to answer any of your questions. So the practicality elements, what we have something called the virtual lab and the remote lab. The virtual lab is our computers. So we have our systems that are loaded with all the different simulation softwares that are industry standards, and they are used in industry by the majority of the companies. And you have access to these different systems. So what we do, we give you access through our virtual learning environment, our Moodle. So you can access all of these different systems of ours. You can access all of these different softwares, and you can start to build and test your theories and to have that practicality elements. So it is very useful, and it will give you really good hands-on application because it mimics the reality, and it will give you really good understanding of how systems can be built and the integration, etc. And for each module, it has its own designated software packages that can help with these applications. And then we have remote labs. So the idea of remote labs is that we actually have physical kits, physical devices and systems, and we connected these systems to our VLE or to our virtual learning environment, and you can access these systems remotely, and you can write the softwares for them, and you can write everything for them, design whatever, test your ideas, and it has its camera that you can watch everything that is happening in reality and in real life. So they are really good in this manner, and they are very helpful in giving you all of these different practicality elements. You don't have to be there, rather than you can access it remotely, write your software, write your program, do whatever you need to do, and then through that camera that it is set up within that area, you can start to see if the system is operating how you want or not. So it's very good in this manner, and it's really useful. So we value the practicality, as we said, or as I said to start with. Not everything is just lectures and tutorials and pen and paper, and you start to do this, rather than it's really hands-on. My bachelor from Alam Zaidi. Sure. So again, electronic engineering, it's not industrial automation, but the common ground to cover what I may. So what we do to start with, in our first modules, you will start to see that we have kind of a background and kind of a recap for all the basic elements. So we are not going to start our first two modules with very deep, hard applications, rather than we have to start from somewhere. And that is the whole idea. We understand that majority of the people are not just graduated from their undergraduates, and they might have had their degrees for a very long time or from different disciplines. So we start with teaching you all the basics and all the elements that are needed for our course. So you'll not find yourself just jumping in the middle and seeing stuff that, well, I don't know what these are, rather than we start from a base point. And along the way, as I said, you have your support from academic and from the student support officer. So even if you felt yourself falling behind, you will start to find yourself actually supported in this course. And we can have one-to-one sessions, and every student has his or her own personal academic tutor. So that personal academic tutor is for you there to give you that guidance and can give you all these different one-to-one sessions. So you might email me or any other lecturer and say, well, I don't get the point of X, Y, and Z. I know about as your area, for example, I'm electrical or electronic engineer, so I don't really know the gap between or the start to go to hydraulics or pneumatics and how programming works. So we can have one-to-one sessions for whatever the number of weeks in order to get you up to speed with the program and with the modules and to make you comfortable with getting on. So you will never feel that, well, I'm just starting stuff that I don't know what they are, rather than we appreciate that and we know this. Our model is not just based on normal students that are coming from schools or colleges or just finished their degrees, as I said, rather than we know that you are working people, lots of you are very specialized people, and you want to develop, you might have been away from education for a while, and we will help you to bridge this gap and we will help you to get there. And that is our main concept. So don't worry, we always have the support for what you want to do. So looking at the assessments for the master's degree, so we don't follow one mode of assessment. There is something called universal design for learning. And that universal design for learning, it's all about, well, you as an engineer, you will not really, once you graduate, so you will not really, and you're working in a company, whatever that company is, you will not be put in, you have been working in a factory, let's say you're working in Toyota, for example, and you have been given a task. They will not lock you in a room and tell you, well, you will not have any support, no one will talk to you, and then you have to finish this task without talking to anyone or without having access to anything. This never happens. But this is what exams are. And this is what we want to avoid. And in addition to this, you will not really get to work by yourself. So having an exam or having a solo assessment by yourself to do, that's not really a good practice. And this is what we're trying to avoid. So in our module or in our model in general, what we're trying to do, some elements you must have exams, and this is to make sure that you have the sufficient knowledge of different elements. For example, like the standards. We want to make sure that you know the standards for industrial automation. So to know the standards, you have at least to read them a lot and to memorize lots of them a lot. Again, you will not, as I said, you will not be locked in a room when you are given a task and you will have access to everything in order to know what these are. But the whole idea is that it's all about making you or developing your soft skills. So to develop your soft skills, it's all about, well, how can I do this in a group way? How can I work with other people? How can I express my knowledge and experience in different ways and different manners? And that is basically the whole idea. So you will find that our model has exams, well, which I don't like. I never liked exams, but it is something that we have to include, but we try to minimize as much as we can. And once you join our program, we are applying actually some minor changes to our assessments. So if you found certain exam now, you might not find it after you join the program or after the program starts, because we are in the process now of taking off. I'm working on this. I don't like exams. I never believed in exams, but and I'm trying to get rid of all of them if I can. So all the work is a practical work, working with others, presenting your work, developing all the different skills that can help you in at your job. So when you go to work, no one is going to give you an exam. So we don't need exams, but we need to write reports. Your manager might ask you, well, might make a proposal for me to integrate a new machinery for making whatever. You're working in a Pepsi factory. You are working in a Chipsy factory. I want to make a new machineries that automate certain process. So your manager will basically ask you, well, can you write me a report or can you make a presentation for me? This is what you're going to be taught. How can you write this report and how can you develop these skills to write a really good report, really good system, develop a good system, present your work in a good way, work with others effectively, and how can all and everyone integrate together in the way that it can help them to do these different elements. Sure, we can share a sample of that remote access lab session. Maybe we can liaise with Tony to make this available for you. Would maybe a video recording of this remote lab work with you? So we will need to set up the system and show you how it works. So we will need to set it up first and write the software for it, for example, to get it to work. So please, can you note this, Tony, and we can work on developing something and making kind of a recording for this, for how it works with the remote lab, and yeah, for the remote lab, please. Yeah, so we'll do this. And my email address, I just wrote it above, so I'm just going to write it again for maybe the people that just joined. Here we go. So yeah, this is our assessments. It is practical work, it is group work, it is technical reports, it is presentations, all of the elements that are there for you to help you. Me, I did technical diploma in mechanical engineering, but I have been more into hydraulics and pneumatics. So do I qualify? It is so for you modern, just send your details. If you have background in pneumatics and hydraulics, this is very good. And this is, as you would know, this is very big part of industrial automation. So send us your qualifications and we will see definitely how can you accommodate you for this. But if you don't have a bachelor degree, you will not be able to move straight away to a master's, rather than you might join us for a top-up degree. So a top-up degree will be just a third year, depends on your qualification. I can't just tell you what it's going to be, but please send to me or to the admission team your case, and you might need to join our undergrad for 1 year, and then you will have a bachelor in industrial automation. And then if you want to take the master's, again, you will be able to do this. So yeah, moving on. So you will have, as I said, you have academic support. So you have access to all the lectures, all the tutors, lecturers like me, and all the different team members, all the academic guidance. We have an academic support officer. We have a student journey officer. So we have everyone and all the people that are there to help you and support you, whether it is academically, whether it is with technology, and because you will be using softwares a lot and you're having all of these accesses. So we have a really good dedicated team for this. We have learning support officers, so someone that checks on you, and because we can monitor what you see and what you access and what you read from our system. So that monitoring, it's for us to make sure that you are learning and to make sure, and from regulations perspective, we are supposed to make sure that everyone is accessing and learning, and for you, so we can evaluate what is your case and what is happening and give you as much support as we can. So we have this in place to help you however you want. We have assistance with LMS, submissions, and online tools. Again, we have dedicated people for all the different issues that might happen with you. Technology is never perfect, and we have the people that will always there to support you and help you with whatever you would need. And global peer communities. Again, we have everyone that you can access from all the different campuses, whether it's the UK, Australia, South Africa, or all the different students, so you can actually have all of these together. Let me have a quick look at the chat. So we will make the remote lab kind of video available for everyone. So it will be sent to everyone. So please, Tony, keep a note of this. They will be sent. Yeah, so the slides are going to be sent to everyone within 2 days. Yes, we do teach MATLAB and Simulink and all the different industry standard software. So for PLCs, we teach codices, we teach CCW for Allen Bradley. We have our SCADA systems softwares. So as I said, we do teach industry standard softwares only. We don't teach fun and games and hobbyist softwares that just do the job and give you an idea. We teach you something that you can go and apply it in industry. So yes, for you, Alam, it's this is what we do. So don't worry. And again, if you had any more questions, please do. So moving on to how to apply. So simple process of 6 steps. Submit your online application over our ECT website, upload your documents, complete any forms that are required, and then we will review your application. We will see the case by case, and you will get a conditional or unconditional offer. Once you accept this offer and you start to pay the invoices, which are payments, it's not like other places that you have to pay the whole fees for everything at once, like how it is with many different places. We are taking it in a very small payments, really. And we have, as I said, we have admission team that will help you if you had any questions. So please get in touch with them and they will help you with whatever you might need. So this is the end of my talk. I've been talking a lot. So I think this is now the time for you to ask questions. If you have any questions, please do. And more than happy to answer them. Again, you have all the different contact details here. Please note them. You know, if you wanted to contact anyone by phone or by email, or if you wanted to view our courses. Bachelor of Technology in Electric and Electronic Engineering. Can I start Masters of Science in Automation directly? Yes, you can. Automations is built on electrical engineering. So if you have that bachelor, that's going to be helpful, and definitely you can join us straight away. So how much is the fee? Please go on the website and see, because it is different for different regions and different countries. Please go on the website, go on the courses. You will find the fees. You have to enter your country or where you are based, and this is going to give you the exact fees for your location. So again, you will find that on the website. So anyone else would have any questions ahead of our concluding? I finished my talk. I don't have any more to say. I just said it in a very general overview. Happy to take any details or technical questions if you have. If you don't have it at the minute, I will send my email again for the 3rd time for anyone if you just joined. And please send me an email or get in contact with our admission team if you have any admission related question. If you have any academic related questions, please ask me, send me an email. More than happy to answer your questions. So I think that will be it, Tony.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abdu. I think our attendees are in a position now to make an informed decision about joining ECT. So I think you've given them almost everything that they needed to know. And yes, and thanks our attendees for taking their time joining us today. And yes, there's this the slides and the video will be shared to you. You just need to check your emails in 2 business days. Check your junk folder, spam folder, if the email does not appear in your inbox. So yeah, on the screen, as Dr.
Can
Abdu
you,
said, these are
sorry,
the
Tony,
contact.
can you please keep a note of this remote lab video to take, and we can send it to the students. So get a couple of inquiries. Students are asking about the remote lab. So I think it's good to take a video of how it works and how can we access it. So please keep a note of this so we can include it in the email or within the slides, kind of a link to the students so they can see this.
Not a problem, sir. Not a problem.
Okay.
No, I'll remember that. And it will be shared with them. So yeah, I just need to keep an eye on their emails, respectively. So I'm not sure if there's any other things. So it seems that our attendees don't have any questions. We have a few minutes left. So we'll just give you 2 minutes or 3 minutes to ask questions. If there aren't any questions after 3 minutes, then we'll have to close today's session and call it a day. Okay, let's just give it for few minutes. Then hopefully our attendees do ask questions. Well, the first question is, do you offer civil engineering?
We don't offer civil engineering in the UK, ECT based, but we do offer it in the Australian, our Australian partner university, the EIT. So if you want, please have a look at our EIT website. Let me see if I can just drop in the list, the link to it here. And they offer several. So this is the link for the EIT, and please have a look, have a read, have a look, and I'm sure they offer civil engineering, so this is going to be the go-to. You're welcome, Matthew. Okay, I think that will be it. Tony, we're not
Yeah,
getting any more question.
Yeah, it seems like our attendees are satisfied with all the information
Great.
they received from your side, Doctor.
No
What is
problem at all.
the common hour for the live tutorials? What is the common hour for the live tutorials?
Do you mean what
That is,
time or the length of them?
it's probably, let me see, what is the time? The
The
time,
time, right?
yes.
So it is usually midday. We are not. It changes between different semesters, depends. But what we're trying to do is for the live tutorials, they are midday UK time, so around from 11 to 1 o'clock. So it can accommodate whether people from before or with previous different time zones before or after. But even the tutorials are recorded. So if you didn't have, or if you're not able to attend the tutorials, they will be available for you to review, like how it is with the lectures. So again, it is generally midday UK time, and it is recorded as well. I hope that answered your question, Mark.
Yeah, I think it was very clear that that one, Doctor. I think, yeah. Yeah, we are at the end of our session, and once more, I would like to thank Dr. Abdi for the wonderful presentation about
Most welcome.
yes about master's programs, going in depth also in those respective fields. We are at the end. So yeah, we're calling it a day. Dr. Abdul, thank you, and
Okay,
thanks to
that's
all our
great.
attendees. You have
No
a
problem at all. Thank you very
wonderful
much.
afternoon.
Thank you everyone for joining and taking time of your busy days. Hopefully we'll hear from you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.